So you may see them moving here and there. What I'm telling this is, let them move here and there. If we understand the karha, then we understand the pastime. Otherwise, practically all of us know what is the pastime. We all have seen B.R. Chopra, Mahabharat also, and so many other TV serials as well. Right? So, important is whatever is spoken, we hear it properly, so that we can see the drama with our heart, with our ears, and then obviously with our eyes. Secondly, since there is no separate room or something, you may hear some sound, some people talking, buzzing. That will okay. Even if I have a hammer in my hand, still it will go on, because at their role they may have to. We ignore that and we concentrate again the same point of hearing. So that's a humble request. Let us do that very nicely. Thank you. Hare
Krishna. Thank you, Nam Sankirtan Prabhu and Ujjwal Prabhu. What Nam Sankirtan Prabhu said is very important. Before we see the drama, it becomes so much easier for us if we can hear the lecture. If we know something about Krishna's appearance by hearing, then what we see will become more meaningful. Otherwise, what happens we see is just something that is for entertainment. And the drama is not meant for entertainment. It's actually meant to awaken within us this love of God, to make us understand what our true position is and what is our relationship with Krishna. That is the point. You all know that Krishna, Janmashtami means the appearance of Krishna. And I think you have heard this times, that Krishna appeared on Janmashtami day. But the other thing that we should remember, and this we should hear 100 times also, is Krishna never is born. So never you were born or birth for Krishna. Because Krishna never dies either. He is the Lord. And you and I will die. It's not a question of if we die. It's a question of when we die. So for us, death is certain. Why is death certain to everyone who's here? Because we've all been born. That's why the Bhagavad Gita says, for those who have taken birth, death is certain. And for those who have actually met death, if they don't remember Krishna at the point of death, birth is certain. So it is up to us really, whether we want to perpetuate the cycle of birth and death. The challenge of living in this material world is that whatever happens, we will always be subjected to challenges. And these challenges are known as the three miseries of the material world. The three miseries of the material world will affect everyone without exception. The first material misery that affects us is miseries or anxieties caused by others to us. That happens very often. Living your life very peacefully, you're not troubling someone. Then something happens and somebody comes into your life and they cause so much of upheavals and difficulties. Every day in our human interaction with people, whether it's family, whether it's at the work, we are constantly challenged by anxieties and miseries. The second misery no one can escape. Miseries are beyond our control. Forces of nature. Today when you read about the climate and the environmental condition, everywhere in the world, right, the weather, the environment, the natural disasters, they have become a reality. So far in Singapore, we are all right. But frankly speaking, we don't know how long it's going to be. If you've been in India, you will know that earthquakes, floods, droughts, they are becoming more and more common than they ever were when you were younger. It is. I remember, and I tell many people in Singapore, I'm born in Singapore, right? So for me, natural disaster is very far away. But I was in the Gujarat earthquake in the beginning of the 2000s, I think 2002, 2003. And that earthquake was so big, we were in Dwarka at that time and we were completely cut from the rest of the. And when making my way from Dwarka back to Mumbai was a long route because there was nothing that was working. I remember passing by villages which were on coast, and we actually saw bodies of fishermen and boats in the trees. That was the extent of the storm. That was the extent of the earthquake and the resulting waves and tsunamis that came. So this is real. That's the second misery. The third misery that affects us is a misery that is very difficult to counter, and that's the misery that is caused by ourselves. And that misery comes from mental speculation. That mental speculation comes when our mind is restless, when our mind is always disturbed, and when we cannot control our mind. When your mind becomes the master of yourself, then your miseries begin. Because the mind will dictate to you, and you think the mind will tell you that what I'm telling you is correct. But very often you realize that your mind's function is to keep you in anxiety. So therefore, Krishna does not have any of these miseries because he doesn't take birth and he's transcendental to all the miseries. So therefore, Krishna is known as Tapatrayan Unmoolanam. He is beyond the material miseries of the material world. And therefore, if we are connected to Krishna, then these miseries, they may come by us. We will have to face them. But because we have Krishna in our lives, we will be able to get the strength from Krishna to endure these difficulties. This is the very important thing of Krishna consciousness. That's why we organize these programs. These programs are not meant to be a substitute for your social life outside the temple. They are meant to be the beginning of our spiritual lives. Our spiritual life should become our social lives. There should be a separation between our social life and spiritual life. Our spiritual life should be that we want the association of devotees. The miseries of the world are very difficult, but in the sadhu sangha of devotees, you'll find that the devotees give you encouragement. The devotees give you strength. The devotees give you love and care. And that is very much important. You know in Janmashtami that actually Krishna is actually supposed to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Kamsa, was the nemesis of Krishna. The main reason why Krishna actually came into this world was to relieve the world of the burden of Kamsa. Yes, there were other reasons also why he came. But he was compelled to come here because Kamsa had become very difficult. And he wanted to come here not so much for Kamsa's sake, but for the sake of the protection of his devotees. That's very important. When devotees are disturbed by demonic forces like Kamsa, then Krishna looks out for us and he will appear in our hearts. But the only way for Krishna to appear in our hearts is that we must be able to receive him. This is very important. Today I was saying something in an earlier program. If you read Bhagavad Gita, you will realize that two people in Bhagavad Gita heard the Gita in full. One is Arjuna and the other is Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra from a great devotee, Sanjaya. And Sanjaya is a great devotee of the Lord. He heard it and he repeated it per se. Arjuna heard the whole Gita from Krishna on the battlefield. Yet at the end of the Gita, Arjuna declares to Krishna that now all my doubts are dispelled and I've become very, very peaceful. And he fights, not out of a sense of revenge, not out of a sense of self-motivation, but he fights because it is his duty to fight. And because Krishna wanted him to be part of his plan to exterminate the Kaurava dynasty, especially the Kurus. So Arjuna received Krishna's knowledge in Bhagavad Gita very favorably. And that is why he became very peaceful at the end of the Gita. Dhritarashtra also heard the same message. Every shloka he heard, everything that happened there was actually by Sanjaya. And yet at the end of Bhagavad Gita, Dhritarashtra doesn't tell Sanjaya, now I'm very peaceful. I will renounce the kingdom. I have given up whatever is in my heart. I am now a devotee of Krishna. That declaration is not there. Why? Because of the receptivity of knowledge. When we do not receive knowledge of Krishna in a favorable manner, we are in Kamsa consciousness. But when we receive knowledge in the devotee-like manner, ready to receive the knowledge, ready to be submissive and open to the knowledge, then we receive it in the manner of Devaki and Vasudeva. This is the difference. Devaki, Vasudeva, Arjuna are all great devotees because of how they open their heart to Krishna. They open their heart to Him favorably. So someone can remember Krishna very much, like Kamsa did. In Bhagavatam, you realize that Kamsa became very, very scared. Why? Because just when he was going to take the chariot ropes, and you probably see it in the drama, as he was going to ride away, because he was the brother of his sister Devaki, who was just getting married, who had gotten married. He heard the voice, and he heard a voice which was coming from the sky, saying, Kamsa, you are fool number one. Because the person whom you are putting on the chariot, whom you are going to ride now, is your very sister. Her 8th child will be your killer. And since Kamsa was very much after power, and he wanted to consolidate power, he became extremely affected. Now his demonic consciousness was so much that he did not hesitate at that point to take out his sword, and he was ready to kill Devaki Mata. That's his sister. It didn't matter to him that it was his sister. What mattered to him was the 8th child of his sister would kill him. And he wanted to reign supreme in the kingdom. So you see, the mood of demons is that first, it doesn't matter to us whether someone is nice or we should be nice to someone. It doesn't matter to us. If you're demonic in mentality, what matters to you is my self-interest preserved? That, unfortunately, is the mood of the demon. When I say demon, it doesn't mean only Kamsa is demon. If we are not careful in our devotional service, we can also become demons. We won't be great demons like Kamsa. Nobody will speak about us, no one will do drama about us. But we will still be demonic in our mentality. Kamsa did not get the right association. This is a very important point. Kamsa was always surrounded by his other demon ministers. He was surrounded by friends who were jealous of Krishna, who were very jealous of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So who you keep company with matters. And that's an important point of Janmashtami I want to share with you. Krishna appears in the heart of a devotee when the devotee's association is very nice. When the devotee is taking association of other devotees, Krishna becomes very pleased and he appears in the heart of that devotee. Krishna appeared in the heart of Devaki Mata through Vasudeva. At the point when Krishna comes into this world, right? Krishna did not come through birth. It's not like Devaki Mata was impregnated and she had to wait for 9 months and then she went into labor and 16 hours later Krishna came. No, it doesn't happen that way. There was no labor for Devaki because to receive Krishna doesn't require labor. To receive Krishna only requires devotion. And devotion means there must be endeavor. There is a difference between endeavor and labor. When you are a laborer, you are working for someone. When you endeavor, you do it out of your heart. Isn't it true? When you endeavor for something, no one is putting a gun to your head. You do it because you know the importance of it. But when you are laboring for something, you don't enjoy it at all. So Devaki Mata's association was very nice. Who was she taking association of? She was imprisoned in the jail. After Kamsa decided to kill her, Vasudeva stopped him. And Vasudeva then told him, Kamsa, use your head. The whole world is watching you. If you kill your sister, you're supposed to be Kshatriya, you're supposed to be king. You will lose all your reputation. Vasudeva was very smart. He knew that demons love their reputation. They're very particular about reputation. We also have to be careful when we come for the programs. Are we behaving very nicely because we want everyone to think, he's a good devotee? Then when we leave the programs, we don't behave like devotees at all. We become kammas, we don't become devotees. So we have to be careful. sometimes we want to keep up with appearances so that we appear to be devotional. But actually we are not devotional. So therefore, Devaki Mata was actually saved by the wisdom of Vasudeva. Vasudeva knew that for Kamsa, reputation was very important. So he said, Kamsa, watch your reputation now. If you kill her now, finished. Instead, I am a man of my words. Every child that is born, I will give it to you. And you will then be in control of the situation. And Kamsa thought, all right, he's right. If I do something to my sister now, I will never be able to seize control of the entire kingdom. So therefore, I will be smart. And Kamsa then decided not to kill his sister, but he imprisoned Devaki and Vasudeva. And after a while, right, he changed his mind. Why? Because after hearing from Vasudeva, after taking association of Vasudeva, Kamsa actually became peaceful. And then he thought to himself, Vasudeva, why should I imprison you and Devaki? After all, the problem is number 8 child, not number 1 child. So he said, go home. It's all right. Keep your child. And when the first child, Kirtiman, was born, Vasudeva brought the child to Kamsa and said, this is the child as I promised. And what did Kamsa do? Kamsa, because of his association with Vasudeva, said, it's all right. Keep your child. Keep your child. So you can see for that moment, even at that moment, a demon like Kamsa, the moment he had the touch of Vasudeva for a while, he could actually become more devotee and excitement. That's why Janmashtami is about receiving in the association of devotees. Please remember that. Janmashtami is about receiving Krishna in the association of devotees. Then Krishna stays with us. Otherwise, what happens is, Kamsa was in touch with Vasudeva. Then he went back. And when he went back, Narada Muni came. And Narada Muni told him, Kamsa, what are you doing leaving Devaki Mata free? Do you know that in your previous life, you were a demon, Kalanemi? And guess who killed you then? Krishna killed you also. So when Kamsa heard that, he became very, very upset. So you see, when someone is told, a demon can act like a devotee as long as his self-interest is preserved. But the moment his self-interest is compromised, he will forget about putting the garb of the devotee. And again, he would only think of himself. This is the mood of a demon. So please, don't think that demons, look like very fierce people. Demons are very ordinary people like all of us. As long as we put our interests ahead of others always, as long as we're very selfish and self-centered, that is a demonic capability. And that doesn't give us the ability to see Krishna. So Kamsa then decided, let me imprison Devaki and Vasudeva. He changed his mind. And he put them in the jail. And all those years, Vasudeva and Devaki were in prison actually. They were in prison. Now what association did Vasudeva and Devaki have? Think about it. Did they have Sekhang programs every Sunday? Did they have any programs to go for? No. Did they have a nice deity of Krishna to worship? No. Did they have their japa bead bags? Nothing. They were chained, they were shackled. And every time a child was born, Kamsa would come and kill the child. He would kill the child. How much difficulty they endured. And yet Bhagavatam tells us, Vasudeva and Devaki remained fixed in Krishna consciousness. Do you know why? Because they gave each other association of Krishna. Very important. Husband and wife, Devaki and Vasudeva, they gave each other association. So therefore, in our families, it's very important that we create an atmosphere where husbands and wives and children, we all work together to put Krishna in the center. If you don't put Krishna in the center, it becomes very difficult to remember him. But if you add him to every activity that you do, Vasudeva and Devaki, they were in a dark prison, but their hearts were very light because they remember Krishna. They lost a child every year, but they saw the hand of Krishna. And they thought, Krishna, you are testing us, but we will not lose faith in you. This was the challenge to Dev and Devaki. When the 7th child was going to be born, that 7th child is a special child. That was actually Lord Balaram. And Balaram came before Krishna so that he would cleanse the womb of Devaki and he would prepare for Krishna to come. So the seventh child appeared in marriage. And now Kamsa was ready for the eighth child. Just before the eighth child was going to come, at that time Bhagavatam tells us, Vasudeva and Devaki began intensifying their prayers. They began intensifying their prayers. Why is this important to us? When we take each other's association, and when we increase that association without the social factors, putting Krishna in the center, then Krishna's appearance in our heart intensifies, and it actually happens. This is very important. That's why parents, you have a duty to create a Krishna conscious atmosphere in your homes. It is your duty. You cannot create a Krishna conscious atmosphere in your home, and if there is only a material atmosphere in your home, then you must accept that your children will be governed by the material atmosphere also. And when the problems come, they won't have a spiritual solution. They will turn to a material solution. And material solutions are very often just as problematic as the material problems themselves. So this is what we want, this is what we avoid. And Devaki Mata and Vasudeva showed us the power of association. And so in that dark night, Krishna decided to come into this world. And the beauty of Krishna coming into this world is, nothing was auspicious before Krishna came. The stars were not aligned. But the stars became aligned when they heard that Krishna was coming. So this is very important to us. Today is not the actual day of Janmashtami. But it doesn't matter. Because the moment we're thinking of Krishna, that day everything is auspicious. Today the drama is being done with so much of love and care and dedication. So it doesn't matter, it's not on Janmashtami. What matters is that it's being done for the glorification of Krishna. So that is why all the stars align. And at the appropriate time, midnight, which is why Janmashtami is midnight, Bhagavatam tells us Vasudeva began meditating on the Supreme Lord. You know why it's important he began meditating? Because of the point we brought up earlier. The more receptive you are to Krishna, the more Krishna appears in your heart. Was Dhritarashtra receptive to Krishna? No. Was Duryodhana receptive to Krishna? No. Duryodhana was seeing Krishna every week when he came to Hastinapur. But it didn't matter because he couldn't see Krishna with eyes anointed with devotion. So therefore Devaki Mata and Vasudeva began to receive Krishna in this way. Vasudeva began meditating on Krishna in his mind. And Bhagavatam says as he meditated, he received Krishna in his mind. As he received Krishna in his mind, Bhagavatam tells us that he transferred Krishna from his mind into his heart. And when he placed Krishna in his heart, he then transferred Krishna from his into the mind and eventually the heart of Devaki. How did he do this? What was the process on which he did this? This process is known as initiation. This process is known as initiation. Initiation means initiate the remembrance of Krishna in the heart of the devotee. That is the definition of initiation. And Vasudeva did that for Devaki. They gave each other association. And in that association, their remembrance of Krishna appeared. So remember the magic formula. Appearance of Krishna will come when there is association with Krishna. Association with Krishna will come when there is association between devotees. And Krishna is in the center of that association. The moment Krishna is lost and not in the center of association, then we will become Kamsas. We will not be Krishna's devotees. We will not be Krishna's devotees. So in that way, Devaki Mata received Krishna in her heart. And when she received Krishna in the heart, she received him with love, with devotion, with submission. And then Krishna appeared in the four-handed form of Vishnu. And when Vasudeva saw the four-handed form of Vishnu, he became so happy that in his mind he offered crores and crores of cows in charity. He couldn't give anything because he was in jail, right? But it didn't matter to him. He offered in his mind. And God accepted everything. Why? Because of his mood of devotion. So So you see, devotional service doesn't require paraphernalia. Krishna was after all appearing in a jail. And Devaki Mata and Vasudeva were in the jail. They were not seated in a nice temple like this. And yet they did everything perfect to receive Krishna. When Devaki Mata saw Krishna as four-handed form, like a true mother, she became afraid. She said, Krishna, don't look like this. If you look like this forearm form Vishnu, Kamsa will come and he will see you as enemy. Then he will try to kill you. This is a mother speaking, isn't it? And she said, kindly turn yourself into an ordinary child, so that will not make Kamsa, my brother, more fearful. So that was Devaki Mata's mood. And so because Krishna was now accepting the role as a child, he immediately became submissive to his mother. The first instruction that Devaki gave Krishna, he followed. That's very important. So it tells us one thing, that Krishna is so kind to us that the moment we establish a relationship with him, he will always fulfill his part of the relationship. If you accept Krishna as a child, Bhagavatam says, he will never ever forsake you. If you accept Krishna as a friend, he will never cheat you. If you accept Krishna as your father, he will never give you up. If you accept Krishna as your spiritual master, he will never give you false instructions. This is Krishna. And so Krishna appeared as a beautiful blue form of the Lord. And then he now told something very nice to Devaki Mata and Vasudeva. He told them, first of all, that I'm very grateful that you have accepted me as your child. Just see, Krishna saying now that you went through so much of penances and austerities, not just in this birth, but also in the birth before and the birth before. For millions of years, you have always been praying to have me, to receive me. And you have done that again in this life. I am indebted to you, and I cannot repay my debt to you. This is Krishna speaking. Krishna could easily have spoken, like a great king. He could have spoken like the Supreme Lord. He could have said, I'm giving you blessings now. He could have said, ask me for anything and I will give it to you. No. The first expression that he said was an expression of gratitude. So Janmashtami is about receiving Krishna in our hearts on the platform of gratitude. Why are we grateful to Krishna? Because without Krishna, our lives will be empty. Without Krishna, you will not have anything that will make you happy. Your happiness is very temporary. Why are you in Singham temple today? Because you're happy. Did anyone put a gun to your head and ask you to come today? No, nobody. Everybody came out of their free will. And what makes you happy in this program? The association of the devotees. If you came for this program and the devotees were hostile, if they didn't talk about Krishna, if they were very political, you will leave the program. Why would you want to come for a program where there's so much politics? You wouldn't want to come. If you came here and after the program there was no prasadam, you won't come back again also, isn't it? Prasadam is a big part of the draw. So you see, when you have Krishna, so many good things come. So many good things. But we must remember one thing. Devaki Mata and Vasudeva performed great austerity, sacrifice and devotion to receive Krishna. Theirs was not an ordinary journey. So if you want to receive Krishna in your heart, we must also have some austerity. What is our austerity? Our austerity is to tolerate each other. That is the greatest austerity that we do. Not standing on upside down for 30 minutes. That's just an austerity which you can do. The real austerity is to serve each other as devotees. That's why the theme of Janmashtami is the association that we give each other. Devaki Mata and Vasudeva gave each other sadhu sangha, and Krishna appeared. Kamsa took all the bad sangha from his friends, and therefore there were when he thought, I should not do this. Listen to his friends, he changed his mind. At the end of it, Kamsa comes, he comes there. Krishna had opened the jail, and you know that Krishna all the way across Yamuna Ji to the house of Nanda Maharaj. And then he brought back a girl, Yogamaya, back to the jail. And who could arrange for this except Krishna? Even though Kamsa figured that I have it all planned, in the end the plan of Krishna reigned. And the plan of us will always be subordinate. Always be subordinate. So when Kamsa thought the eighth child was born, actually Krishna had left already. Devaki, Mata and Vasudev, how long do you think they had time with Krishna? After Krishna came into this world, hardly a few hours they had with Krishna. Then they had to bring him there. What sacrifice they made. But did they meet Krishna there and forget about him? No. Vasudev and Devaki lived their entire life with Krishna. Krishna was in Vrindavan and they were very far away. But their interest was, as long as we ensure that Krishna is growing up safe, that is all we want. That is the love of a devotee for the Lord. And so when Kamsa comes to try and kill the eighth child of Devaki, it turns out to be Yogamaya. And she laughs at him and says, Kamsa, you are fool number one. Huh? Why? Because the eighth child of Devaki has been born. You thought you could kill the eighth child, but he has been born. And now your destruction is imminent. Imminent. And I think you will see that in the Quran. And so when Kamsa heard that, what happened? Because he had association with Yogamaya, who is one of the great devotees of the Lord, Kamsa's heart actually. What have I done? He fell at the lotus feet of Vasudeva and Devaki, and he begged forgiveness from them. He freed them, and he said, please forgive me for what I've done, because what I've done is not good. So you see, Kamsa showed the power of association. If you take association with drunkards, even if you drink, eventually you drink. But if you take association of saintly persons, even if you're demonic, chance to become a devotee. And so for a while, Kamsa freed Devaki and he freed Vasudeva. Then in the night he slept very peacefully. Next morning he went to the kingdom, and then all his friends and noblemen and all other associates came and said, Kamsa, why did you Vasudeva and Devaki? And he said, they are very bad for what I've done. And they told him, this child will be your killer. Actually, they were worried that if the child killed Kamsa, they will all be out of favor in court. So they said, Kamsa, go and make sure that this child is killed. And they said, you should now go out and send all the demons to make sure that the eighth child of Devaki is found. And since you don't know who he is, then make sure that every child who was born last night in this district should be killed. And Bhagavatam tells us, because Kamsa was in Asat Sangha, because of his bad association, his mind flipped. And he thought, yes, that's what I should do. Kamsa had an opportunity to become Krishna conscious. Because he lost the association of devotees, he lost all good common sense. Janmashtami is not just the appearance of the Lord in our heart. How do you sustain appearance is more important. And how to sustain devotee association. Jai Grantaraj Bhagavatam. Jai Grantaraj Sri Bhagavatam ki. Jai Shri Krishna Janmashtami Maho Sattva ki. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki. Jai Gurudev ki. Ananta Kori Vaishnava ki. Thank you very much for being a very silent audience. The children were very good. Now I leave you to the best part of the program. The chanting of the shlokas, I believe. And then after that, the wonderful drama of the devotees. But remember this point. Then you will appreciate the drama, appreciate what you are here. And you will keep coming back for the right reasons. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Ram.
Hare Ram.
Hare Ram.
Hare Ram.
Ram Ram.
Ram Ram.
Hare Hare. Can we all thank His Grace dearly for such a fantastic class with full of essence. No one can summarize this class. This itself is a summary. So it's a fantastic class. Can we all thank him by loudly chanting?
Haribo! Haribo! Haribo!
I think we should try once again. It should be louder. From the bottom of our throat or heart. 1, 2, 3.
Haribo!
Thank you very much. Now we discuss. We are going to have a sloka recitation by our advanced garden kids. Before I start, I want to repeat what I have told, that you may see people moving here and there, some drama participants also. There is no separate room or a corner where put them and ask them just sahoka nahi, they will be there. So just tolerate them, concentrate on what is happening on the stage. Secondly, on the stage you see one curtain is here, one curtain is there. So some of you can see what is happening from the some of you from side. Okay, many things might be happening. You may know the characters also in the drama. Please control the urge. Relish the spiritual part of the whole thing, whatever is going on. This whole stage is meant for Dulha and Dulhan. What do you call in English? Bride, groom?
Bride and groom.
For them. But we are going to make Mahavishnu sleep here. So it has some limitations. So all that. Relish. ये मेरी आवाज है क्या? Hare Krishna. This is Hare Krishna. So, what I request once again, please concentrate on what's happening on stage. It takes effort to teach kids shlokas. Sanskrit, most of us have not learned, and we are not speaking also. So to teach them shloka is a big challenge. It's easy to teach them Jack and Jill. I mean, I'm talking my childhood. I don't know what they teach nowadays. So whatever they teach, that's very easy because everything is on YouTube, this tube, etc. But it's a lot of effort. So concentrate on this, and then we will have our drama. Now you all have heard the class. Okay. During the drama, let us see if we can have quiz on the same lecture. If we can remember the lecture, we will remember the drama forever. So, bache, are you all ready? Start.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, anybody can say which chapter they were reciting? Is it third, fourth, or fifth? Huh? First. Very good. Sunai diya. Thank you. Sunai diya. You all heard it. Okay. Very nice. Can we all thank all these kids by loudly chanting? Okay, I don't know how much time it will take, so let me ask them. Okay, so they will not take much time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. The issue with most of the drama is whenever there are two scenes, in between we get opportunity to talk. And as if we are just waiting, the moment the scene stops, the moment it stops, immediately it starts. So, not a very good habit. It applies to all of us, includes me, but it's not a good habit. So we need to just talk with that. So here comes the first question. David gave what is the meaning of Janmashtami? So, except Prabhu, everybody can answer. Can anybody repeat what is the meaning of Janmashtami? Okay, somebody said bringing Krishna into the heart. Anybody else? Association of devotees. Anybody else? If you don't answer, yeah, I will ask. Always tolerate each other, right? You know, when they get married, they sit so that everybody they see that these two people are each other throughout the life, right? To tolerate each other. Anything else? Huh? Love and affection. You have made the whole definition very generalized. So I will be very specific. Krishna said, Prabhuji said, Janmashtami is receiving Krishna and Krishna, keeping Krishna in center. Janmashtami is receiving Krishna, that is inviting Lord Krishna, I'm just doing the purport, inviting Lord Krishna in our heart, and then keeping always Lord Sri Krishna in the center of our heart. And then Prabhu spoke about how in the house, if Krishna is not the center, that's not right. Pratap, answer this question. What is the name of Krishna's father? He said, answered correctly. Okay, one question which Prabhu didn't ask, I want to ask all of you, just to make the mood a little light. That's all. Wow. Okay, इधर देखो, इधर देखो. So you see, when Lord Krishna appeared, which form he appeared? Huh? 400 form. Okay. After that, he got changed himself into 200. Okay. Here comes the tricky question. ये तो easy था. Right. So when he came in 200 form, what color hairs he had? And later on he changed. What color hairs he had when he changed to 200 form? बोलो. मेरे को देखने दो. किसको पूछूं मैं? चश्मा नहीं पहना. You all are confused, huh? Yeah, Krishna always had black hair. Krishna always had black hair. There was never a time his color got changed. It was always black. You know, we changed from nothing to black and then nothing. Maybe white and then nothing. In case of Krishna, it doesn't happen like this. Now, since we are talking about hairs, Krishna keeps one bird's feather. Which animal? Which bird? Huh? peacock. Very good. The agla question is important. ये तो easy था. Who gave that peacock to keep? Huh? This girl says peacock gave. It's the right answer. Thank you very much. Okay, again. Okay, next question. What are questions? Not too many questions. By the way, when I ask these questions, apparently it may feel jolly, hasna hai, joke kind of thing, but it get registered in the class of the kids. Whenever I do with them, I find it difficult to ask repetitive questions. Remember all these answers. Okay, so here comes the one more question on Krishna's hairs. Krishna's hair, they are, what kind of form they have? Are they straight or curly? Now Krishna's hairs, since all of you said it's black, it's compared with what? It's compared, like, ऐसा बोलते हैं, like we say that Krishna's bodily hue is like the monsoon rain cloud. Lord Ram is like Durva grass. Similarly, Krishna's hairs are as black as clouds. Anything else? आप बोलो पप्पा. कृष्ण भगवान के बालों को किससे कंपेयर किया गया है? किसने बोला?
खुद बोला नाम उसका लगा.
Krishna's hairs are compared with the feathers of crow, not crow, feathers of crow, because they are very dark. Krishna's hairs are very dark, and since his hairs are very curly, when Mother Yashoda puts her finger in the hairs of Lord Krishna's hair, her hand gets stuck or no? जोर से बोलो. Okay, how many of you say yes, it gets stuck? How many of you say no, it doesn't get stuck? And how many of you are not answered? They don't get stuck. They are very silky. So it's not like African curly. It's very soft. Chalo, abhi ka. So the scene starts. Let us concentrate. Whatever disturbance because of this curtain or something, just move yourself here and there, or just tolerate. Okay, नहीं दिख रहा है, थोड़ा दिख रहा है. It's okay. चलो कोई. Ready?
आप उधर बैठ, उधर कॉर्नर में जाओ. और उधर, और उधर. कात्यायनी. और उस तरफ नहीं इधर प्रोजेक्टर. हाँ मेरी वैसे भी प्रोजेक्टर.
वो बीच में हम लोग चाहते हैं.
प्रोजेक्टर है ना.
ठीक है ना, मजा दिख रहा है.
Hare Krishna everyone. Today, the devotees of Gita Reading Society will be presenting to you a drama on the divine birth of Lord Krishna on this occasion of Janmashtami for the pleasure of their lordships and his devotees. As the burden of sinful kings on its high earth, Bhumi approached the higher planets to seek help. The demigods, seeing her suffering, brought her before Lord Brahma.
O Lord Brahma, protector of universe, I am overwhelmed by the weight of sinful rulers and demons like Kans. They are destroying dharma and tormenting my children. I can no longer bear this suffering. Please help me.
O Mother Earth, your pain is indeed great. Although I am known as Brahma, creator of the universe, it is Lord Vishnu who is the source of all creation, including myself. And it is He alone who can save us from these calamities. Therefore, let us approach Him who rests on the coils of Anant Nag.
My dear Brahma, I am aware of the trouble being caused by Kans and his demoniac friends. So I shall appear on planet Earth very soon in my original form as Krishna. Then I shall annihilate the demons and protect my devotees. I will appear in the family of Yadu dynasty together with the demigods who will assist me.
O Supreme Lord, your mercy is endless. The earth will again flourish with Dharma under your divine presence.
We are grateful, O Lord. Demigods, let us all take birth in the Yadu dynasty as instructed by the Lord to assist him in his divine mission.
Thus, with Lord Vishnu's promise to salvage his devotees from their suffering, the demigods began preparing for his divine appearance on earth, the birth of Sri Krishna. In the kingdom of Mathura, King Ugrasena's daughter, Devaki, was married to the noble Vasudev, the son of Sursen. The entire city rejoiced in their union. Among the guests was her brother Kamsa, who loved his sister dearly, or so it seemed. The joyous occasion, however, would soon take a terrifying turn.
My dear sister, my heart is overflowing with joy today. I am so happy to be part of this sacred moment. This is the happiest day of your life and of mine too. Let me drive your chariot myself. It's going to be a privilege for me.
Thank you, brother. I am blessed and grateful to be under the shelter of your protection and the support of both a noble husband and a loving brother.
O Kans, beware! The very child of Devaki, her eighth son, shall be the cause of your death.
What madness is this? My own sister's child will kill me? Never. I cannot let this happen. I shall crush this prophecy.
Brother, please, please have mercy. I am your own blood. And what wrong have I done?
I don't care. I cannot wait for my death to arrive. I will strike first.
No, Kans. The rage is blinding you. You're holding a knife at your own sister. Please, don't dampen the spirits of today's joyous occasion of your sister's wedding. This doesn't suit a great warrior like you.
My fate is unfortunate, Vasudev. I must do what I need to.
Then I'm bound to defend my wife. And remember, if I'm ever forced to raise my sword, beware that your clans and mine will be at war for generations to come.
Are you attempting to kill Vasudev? Do you think I am a fool for inviting my own death? Certainly not.
Kans, understand that your killer is neither me nor Devaki. It is Devaki's eighth son. I give you my words. We vow to surrender you, our eighth child. Kindly spare Devki's life.
Very well. I shall spare her for now. But remember your promise, Vasudev. The moment its child is born, you will hand it to me for it to face its death. Till then, you both shall remain as my prisoners in the dark dungeons of my palace.
As you wish, my lord.
Meanwhile, in Mathura, King Ugrasen was deeply upset by Kamsa's actions. Therefore, he decided to come to talk to him so he can make amends before he commits any sins.
As a brother, you should be protecting Devki. You have failed in serving your duty as a brother. Shame on you, my son.
Sword has always been my only defense, Your Majesty. The blade that has killed kings who are Mathura's enemies is my only defense in the face of your accusations of tyranny.
What you have done is not only unjust, it is a sin. If you do not spare my daughter Devki at once, you will face dire consequences.
To act in defense is every. If that still doesn't satisfy your question, you may also retire to the prison to debate the philosophies of good and bad in peace. And if you still continue to oppose me, Father, I'm afraid I will have your life as well. No one can come in my way.
Are you threatening me? Threatening your own father, Khan? How dare you? You will surely be punished for the sins you are committing. No one has ever been, nor will ever be able to oppose the will of Vishnu.
I am not threatening you, dear Father. I only advise caution. Soldier, take him where he belongs.
A holy man is at the gates. He wants to meet you.
A holy man in the kingdom of guns.
I warn him that the king has ordered all the holy men to leave the kingdom or die. He refuses to leave. He insists on letting you know that Narad has come.
Narad? Why didn't you tell me earlier, you fool? Narad is the sincere devotee of Lord Vishnu. This is the golden opportunity. I can use him to find out what Vishnu has been plotting against me. Bring him to me at once.
Narayana, Narayana,
Look at this sight. A devotee of Lord Vishnu in the kingdom of his biggest enemy. Are you in great awe of my power that you have forsaken your Lord to come and pray before me?
Narayana, Narayana.
One who sees Vishnu's presence everywhere has no fear. I have come here only to remind you that the very God you wish to defeat lives within you. Give up at once, Kansa. Your quest to go against Krishna's desires will definitely fail. Your death is impending. It is inevitable. Narayana, Narayana.
Oh, Narada, do you even understand who I am? I am the mightiest king of Mathura. No one can defeat me.
Narayana, Narayana. You are certainly the mighty king on this earth. However, despite wielding great power, even the mightiest must accept the power of the will of the Supreme Personality. You too shall not be spared of his wrath. Narayana, 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 Narayana.
Devaki and Vasudev's first child was born. As soon as Kamsa receives the news, he rushes to the prison cell to see the child.
Oh, it's you. His Majesty has been so kind to visit us on this auspicious occasion. Our first child is born. Please give him your blessings.
Of course. I have come to see your first child. Could you hand him to me? I would like to see my first nephew up close. And then I will set him free.
Oh, brother, you are the most merciful. Our son's freedom?
I couldn't stay away from the little one. So I thought, let's pay him a visit.
Oh, yes. Our son is so lovable. I could keep on looking at him forever and ever. He's like the full moon.
What a good comparison. Your little one is like a moon, about to be eclipsed. Your son and I are linked by an inseparable destiny. For me, he is dead, and I'll be dead for him.
But you said that you would spare his life, brother, because he's a firstborn. This is not our 8th child. We promised to give you the 8th child only.
Come, Devaki. Look at this, my sister. In this lotus, all petals are identical. How can anyone tell which petal is the first and which is the 8th? If you count clockwise, the first is also the 8th. And if you count anti-clockwise, the 8th is also the first. Any petal can be that number 8, Devaki. That's why each and hence any of your sons could be the cause of my death. Hand him to me.
No! No!
sons, please show us some mercy.
And just like that, days turned into years. Locked away from the world, they became Vasudev and not the cruelty of Kamsa. One by one, their newborns were snatched and slain by Kamsa's enemy.
6 sons, 6 cries, silenced forever. What crime have we committed, Vasudeva? I cannot continue facing my brother's ruthlessness.
No crime, Bella, only destiny. Hold on to your faith on the Supreme Lord. The 8th child shall change everything.
In due course of time, Devaki was pregnant for the 7th time. This child was special. It was destined to assist Lord Krishna. It was none other than Balarama, the elder brother of Krishna. At this moment, the Supreme Lord Vishnu summoned Yogamaya, his internal energy.
O Yog Maya, listen carefully. Devaki is now carrying my partial expansion, Anantashesh, in her womb. Go now and transfer this embryo into the womb of Rohini, who resides in Gokul, in the house of Nand Maharaj.
As you command, O Lord, I shall carry out your divine will.
And so, Yogamaya, invisible to all, entered the prison. She gently moved the child from Devaki's womb and transferred it into Rohini, who was living in secret in Goa, under protection of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda.
Something strange has happened, Vasudeva. It feels as if the child within me is no longer there.
The ways of the Lord are mysterious, Devaki. Let us surrender to His divine plan. Have faith. All this is for a greater purpose.
Months passed, and Devaki was pregnant once more. This time with the 8th child. And then came that divine night, the 8th night of Bhadra. For the Supreme Personality of God, Lord Krishna, to appear in this world, to fulfill His promise to destroy Kamsa and protect the devotees.
Vasudev, something divine is happening. I feel it. This child is not like the others.
Oh Lord, you have appeared just as you promised. How fortunate we are to behold your supreme form.
O Devaki, O Vasudeva, do not fear. I have appeared to fulfill my mission, to annihilate the wicked and protect the righteous. Now, do as I say. Take me immediately to Gokul, to the house of Nand and Yashoda. They have just given birth to a daughter, Yogmaya. Exchange me with her and return back here.
O Lord, please hide your divine form. If Kansa sees you like this, he will try to harm you at once. Beautiful. You are the answer to every prayer, my Krishna.
I shall carry him safely to Gokul, even if death blocks at every step. Devki, you take rest now. I shall do as the Lord has instructed.
Carrying the divine child in his arms, Vasudev stepped out. Chains swung, doors opened, and the guards ran across the city. He walked through the dark streets of Israel, guided by divine power.
Oh mighty Yamuna, please part away and let me cross. The Lord himself is in my arms.
The river wave, the storm calmed, and the divine beings watched him off.
Rest well, Mother Yashoda. The Lord has arrived at your doorstep.
And so, the Lord's family set in motion. The savior of Dharma, Sri Krishna, was born in the darkness of liberty, and the village of Gokul would soon awaken to divine.
मैंने ये चद्दर कभी Ay, Katya, don't do. बोलना हमारे काम सुनना नहीं सुनना ठीक है
second child was born, the guards rushed to inform Kamsa. The destroyer had arrived. He stormed into the prison, ready to end another innocent life.
So, the eighth child is born at last. Your savior, Vasudev. Your hope, Devaki. Now, I shall crush your dreams and your child.
Please, brother. She is just a girl. How could she be the child foretold to kill you?
Use your intelligence, Kans. This cannot be the boy's gonna.
A threat is a threat. Prophecy or not, no child of yours shall live.
You fool! Guns? I'm not the one destined to kill you. He has already been born elsewhere, in a safe place where your wicked hand will never reach him.
What? No! It cannot be!
Your end is near, Kans. Dharma will rise, and Krishna, the Lord of all, will destroy you and all evil in time.
Somewhere out there, I must find him before he finds me. No! No! I will find him. I will turn every village, every home. I will crush fate itself.
मतलब अगर मैंने देखा होता तो
The joys of the world. A son is born to Yashoda and me, a child of divine radiance, more equal, known itself. Gokul has been truly blessed. Glory to Nanda Baba. This child will bring light and laughter to all our hearts. We must prepare for a grand Nanda.
sing, dance, and celebrate.
Though she didn't know it, the child in her arms was none other than Lord Vishnu himself, the one who would soon become the beloved of all hearts, Krishna.
He stole my heart with a glance. Look at his eyes, just like a lotus petal. Oh, my sweet Gopi, you have stolen my heart with a glance. Your smile is more radiant than the rising sun. I don't know why, but I feel you're not an ordinary child.
Yashoda Maya, we have come to see your Lala. Oh, how adorable. Look, he's already looking at the Makhan. I think we should call him, Makhan Chor.
Hey Sakhi, behold this divine boy. His gaze carries the depth of 1,000 oceans, calm and honest. His face radiates a celestial glow, as if the moon has descended to earth. Certainly, he brings joy and happiness to everyone's heart. He will be our darling dear. Don't you agree with me, Sakhi?
Certainly, Sakhi. See, the whole Nandagaon is getting ready for the Nandotsav. Come, let's go participate.
Go! heart and comfort with bliss. The Lord had arrived, not as king in a palace, but as a cowherd child, cradled in the arms of love.
Thank you for loving me for Krishna. Thank you.
Bolo Krishna Kanhaiya Lal ki Jai!
Can we all thank them by loudly chanting? Now this Haribol should go on because I will be speaking some names.